Somalia faces political crisis after president's term ends. Somalia is facing a serious political crisis after President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's constitutional term officially ended on May 15, 2026. Tensions increased after Parliament approved amendments extending the president's and Parliament's terms from 4 years to 5 years, delaying elections until next year. Opposition groups rejected the move, calling it unconstitutional and warning it could destabilize the country. Protests erupted in Mogadishu, leaving at least 2 people dead and several others injured. The government responded by organizing pro-administration rallies and deploying security forces around opposition leaders' homes. A major opposition alliance, including former President Sharif Sheikh Ahmed and regional leaders from Puntland and Jubaland, declared that President Mohamud would lose legitimacy once his term expired. Talks between the government and opposition failed to produce an agreement, with critics accusing the president of concentrating power and risking renewed conflict. The crisis deepened after Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre appointed an interim administrator in Southwest State following the removal of regional leader Abdiaziz Laftagarin by federal troops. The government's plan to introduce direct one-person, one-vote elections in several regional states also created major disagreements. Opposition leaders argue that Somalia's insecurity and unresolved constitutional disputes make such elections difficult to implement and fear the reforms are intended to dismantle the clan-based system used since 2000. Concerns have also grown over media restrictions, arrests of journalists, and a controversial demolition campaign in Mogadishu. Somali media closely followed recent negotiations between the government and opposition, but no breakthrough was achieved. Analysts warn that the political deadlock could weaken operations against al-Shabaab and threaten years of nation-building efforts. Opposition groups have now called for new protests, saying President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud should no longer be recognized as Somalia's legitimate leader. Puntland and Jubaland warned they may hold separate elections if no political agreement is reached. Analysts fear that continued tensions could lead to armed conflict and allow al-Shabaab to exploit the instability. Somalia now faces a critical moment, with the country's political future depending on whether leaders can reach a peaceful compromise. Afrenews 24 continues to follow these developments closely, tracking diplomatic signals and monitoring how the situation unfolds. Subscribe for breaking updates and in-depth analysis.